Hi everybody, Veronica here from Berea Fitness. A while ago I promised you a video on how to make my superfood low sugar smoothie, and today's the day. I'm going to start from the kefir to the finish. Now if you watched my kefir video, you know that you can make your kefir in advance. I typically just make mine by the day, as I have a smoothie every day. Today I'm making 2 smoothies because I always make one for Dawn. So we're going to start with the kefir, pouring the kefir off, and then we're going to add in our ingredients for our smoothie. Now if you look around here, this looks like a lot of stuff, but I promise you, once you get used to doing this every day, it just goes real fast, and it makes a great start to your day. And the question I get asked the most is my skin, what I do for my skin, and this is it. I do have some lotions and things that I use, and I do use a retinol, but this is the key to having beautiful skin, nails, and hair. We're going to start with the kefir today. Let's talk a little bit about kefir. So you can see, I'm going to show you. So kefir is different in many different ways from yogurt. Get this out of here. Yogurt has a lot of probiotics in it. Kefir has more. The difference between homemade kefir and the kefir you buy at the store is going to be the quality and the number of probiotics or helpful bacteria that you have in the kefir. I have a lot of kefir grains. I have way more than I need. So if you want to start making your own kefir, I can help you get started. You can have some of my grains and I'll teach you how, or you can go watch the video on how to make kefir. There are so many health benefits to kefir. So I've got this all pressed out. I'm going to show you my kefir grains, how many I have. It's a lot of them. And look at the bottom. See all that rich, gooey, creamy stuff? That's the magic. That's the good stuff. So I'm going to replace these back into my jar, and then what I'll do is I'll pour over some vitamin D whole organic grass-fed milk. I'll set it out on my counter for a little while to about it comes to temperature, and then I stick it in the fridge. Because I have so many kefir grains, it turns really quickly, so I prefer it to turn slow, so I'll let it start to turn on my counter and then I put it in the fridge. If you don't have a lot of kefir grains, typically most people start with about this amount. You put that in your milk and set it on your counter for 12 hours, and at the end of 12 hours you pour it off, strain your kefir grains out, and you've got kefir. I know it looks like a lot of work, but it's not really. I've got this down to a science, and it just boom, boom, boom. I can have a smoothie in about 5 minutes. I'm taking my time today because I'm showing you guys. Now bang this out so I get all the good stuff. Stir it up. Kefir is a fermented product, so it's going to be like bubbly. So when you put your kefir grains in your milk, look at that, isn't that beautiful? When you put your kefir grains in your milk, it ferments, and so it'll start to release bubbles of air, so you have to keep the lid loose so it doesn't explode. So I'm going to take this kefir that I just poured off and put it into my NutriBullet. And you can make your smoothie with it's a little bit too much on it. You can make your smoothie with a NutriBullet, a Vitamixer, a blender, whatever you have. This is easy. I love the NutriBullet. It's a kind of a mess to clean up if you mess up, but once you get it clean, you go right back to using it. Okay, so now let's go over my ingredients. My Superfood smoothie has all my vitamins in it. But the first thing I do is I'm going to add in multi-collagen. Now this is the brand I recommend to all my clients. It comes highly recommended. It has all 5 types of collagen there. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10. And I'm putting 2 scoops because I'm making 2 smoothies. One for me, one for the Dawn. The next ingredient I use is hemp seeds. I like the organic hemp hearts. And I'm going to show you the back of that package so you can kind of see the health benefits of the hemp. There's also 10 grams of protein. And there's probably about 10, let me see. Protein, there's 9 grams of protein in this. So that makes me, I'm at up to 19 grams of protein. All right, I use 3 tablespoons. I've got measured out here, one for me, one for the Dawn. I'm not gonna waste any of those. The next ingredient I do is chia seeds. I use 2 scoops. The chia seeds serve several purposes. One, it's a healthy dose of good fat. 2, when chia seeds hit liquid, they grow. They turn to a gelatinous substance, and it will thicken up your smoothie. So I did 2, one for me, one for Dawn. I also put in mushrooms. Now this is the brand that I prefer. There's 7 types of mushrooms in here. Rose hip, well, 7 types of mushrooms and rose hips. Rose hips, chaga reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane, shiitake, maitake, enoyatake, agaricus, mishima, and tremella. Those last 3 I've never heard of, but if you want to do some research on mushrooms, they're very good for you. They have very good health benefits. The biggest mood boosters. They help to regulate your mood, and that's typically why I do it. And then, of course, there's lots of antioxidants in here that are excellent for your skin. I prefer the 4 Sigmatic, but I think there are some other brands out there now that you can try. Let me know if you do, if you like them better, but this is the one I prefer. The next thing we're going to put in there is my green superfood. Now this company makes several different flavors, and they make a plain one. If you get the berry, sweet berry flavor, you are going to get a little bit of an artificial sweetener. I believe they use stevia. I'm not real sure. It'll be the healthiest version of an artificial sweetener that is on the market. But it does sweeten your smoothie a little bit. So typically this will not be very sweet. So if you do have a taste aversion to things that are not real sweet, you want to use this with the sweet berry flavor, or add in a little bit of stevia to your smoothie. So I'm going to put 2 scoops, one for me and one for Dawn. Now I also add in a little bit of spinach. You don't have to if you don't want to, because this superfood here is got everything. I'm going to see if you can see that. I'm not sure. These are all the ingredients in this superfood product. It's made by Amazing Grass. This is my favorite brand. All of this stuff I have on subscription ship on Amazon, and it makes it easy. You don't have to worry about it coming. You can set it up to come every 2 months, every 3 months, however it is you need it to be replenished. And then you don't have to worry about running out of ingredients and having to run to the store and not getting your smoothie in. Okay, so I'm gonna put a handful of spinach in here. I'm not gonna put a lot, but I want the raw enzymes from the spinach. So you don't get the raw enzymes with this. I also add in about a 1/4 cup of fruit, 1/4 to 1/2 cup of fruit. I recommend berries, blueberries, cherries, or strawberries. Cherries I recommend because of the inflammatory properties, the anti-inflammatory properties. And then berries are low sugar, or seasonal fruit. And I've got these beautiful peaches I got at Costco. And so we're gonna add a peach in. I'm gonna just leave the skin on. I washed it. I'm gonna take the pit out. The puppy's going right in. I may have to cut that up to get it to chop good though. Okay, the next thing I do is add in my vitamins. Now, I did some DNA testing, so I know clearly what I need as far as vitamins go and supplements. If you do not want to go through that, or you can't afford it, I can tell you from myriad of experience, majority of people need a Super B complex, vitamin D, and a good standard vitamin, just something over the counter, and a probiotic if you're not using kefir. If you're using the kefir, you do not need a probiotic. Beyond that, you're going to have to make a determination on which vitamins you want to supplement with. So the one thing that I do is turmeric. You can buy turmeric in a little jar, like in the spice aisle. I prefer this because it's pre-dosed for me. And if you get too much turmeric in your smoothie, you'll be like, gross. So this way I know I'm not getting too much. And I literally put it right in. I open up the capsules, just dump it right in. And I know this is probably like, everybody's going, oh, gross, oh. It's not. You don't even taste it. You don't even know it's in there. So I'm going to speed through this process of putting these in. Before I do that, I want to tell you what all I'm putting in. I'm doing the turmeric. I used aged garlic, and that's because Dawn and I are over 50 now, and we need to protect our hearts. I use Hairfluence, which is a hair, skin, and nails vitamin off Amazon. I use Terrasoboline, and that is similar to a resveratrol. The difference between this and a resveratrol is the bioavailability. The bioavailability of this is 80% versus 20% of resveratrol. So now I'm going to speed through putting all these vitamins in here. There you have it, all your vitamins. You're going to chug them. You don't taste them, they're gone. You don't have to swallow this handful of pills. I don't know about you, but I hate swallowing pills. The two vitamins that I take that I don't put in here, I do a vitamin D3, and this is just from Costco. And then I do a biotin because my DNA testing told me that. Well, actually, I do both of these because my DNA testing told me that I have a gene variant that keeps my body from absorbing D and biotin. And that's it, guys. Let's blend this up, see how she looks. Cheers. You can go to our private Facebook group, and there's going to be a ton of recipes for smoothies. You look under the Learning or the Units tab, and in there's going to be probably 20 or 30 recipes for some low sugar healthy smoothie options. I hope you have a great day.